But let me tell you, there's one thing that I've said to Shikanisha with this whole thing. First of all, Miss Juni Lana Gavina Kwanga nayo.
Whoever is advising is misadvising. I don't know, or the advisor is being advised.
You know, there's a time I saw, like,
a problem.
there's a time I saw, there's one advisor who had 8 advisors. The advisor alikuwa na advisor, advisor, and advisor,
The advisor
advisor.
is part of another team of advisors to advise this person. But this still get it wrong.
And
all the time.
with all that brain, you're telling me, but yani ni kama karma. You know, every June there's some bullshit they're gonna pull.
June, I think June will be the beginning of the year every year.
So it's like they're black like they're black month, bro. And then tell me why they still didn't learn lessons from last year. Okay, kudos to them. They've not introduced new taxes. But these taxes that they are nganganaying on, tell me why there's now tax on neonatal care at ukiza unalipa tax. Tell me why there's taxation on agricultural exports. So tea, coffee, avocado.
When this guy came in, he was very big on agriculture.
Exactly.
Just to come back and take a U-turn and start making agricultural products expensive. While he came in telling us that we need to remove subsidies on agricultural products, which he did, and things got out of hand. Then he did his whatever he did, and now at least things are working better. But then now he's turning around to make things much more difficult.
Like, honestly, he's messing really things up. And especially speaking from somebody who comes from like place watu hulima. Right now, tea and coffee says ndio zimerudi na market because right now coffee says watu wanalipa bonuses za 101. Like kitambo last year guys were being paid by bonuses of 53. So right now tea and coffee in the last 10 years says ndio zimeanza kurudi. At least farmers have started making a decent living on it. Then you come and start adding taxation on them. Mind you, if matter of fact, did you know cryptocurrency is not taxed in Kenya?
Really?
Cryptocurrency is at 0% taxation.
0%. But it's part of this digital taxes they're bringing about.
Valid, because after they speak of digital taxes, bro, unajua bundles tunataxiwa sasa, they're ongezing tax from 12 to 17%. Kununua bundles za 20 bob za 1 GB za 1 hour, wanakuongezea 5% tax.
I give up. Because bro, every single year we voice this concern. You know, we assume that anyone with a working brain understands that these are pertinent concerns and they're going to do something about it.
Yeah.
But then the next year they become even worse.
Even worse.
What makes things even what bugs me is that this year's finance bill is targeting social media,
exactly,
targeting Gen Z so badly. Because I'm seeing a lot about data protection, a lot data infringement. I'm seeing about KRA coming into people's financial data, and I know this will be misused.
Of course, you know,
what's the problem? Because we don't trust this.
Once they start, you know, the thing is, what they want to do is they want to bring a loophole of now they're getting your financial data, but then now they'll misuse it to now start getting your personal data. Leave alone that. Yesterday, when John Buddy was reading the bill, these guys are proposing a budget 100 million to DCI for them to procure a software to be monitoring social media. Yeah.
I don't know. For sure.
First of all, 100 mics for what?
Monitor guys on
just to monitor guys on social media. Mind you, they're infringing on our freedom of expression. I don't get Mrs. Juni kunyesha na nyashanga because do what Uhuru did. Uhuru aliona na tusiwa Twitter.
He left Twitter, bana.
Hey, you're not needed there.
If it's bugging you, just get out.
Yeah, because you know, and what's it called? It figured a point on Twitter that if you tagged Ruto's account and you were insulting him, your account would be suspended. Inge disappear.
There's a point.
There's a point. Especially last year towards hii time after maandamano. People like in Africa huko wanatag Ruto, unaona tu account imeenda chini.
Guy is such a sensitive guy. You know, being a leader, you need to be able to control your emotions.
You need to grow some balls. Let's be honest.
Like kids, uniform 4 West tunaangana na.
Yeah.
Unapigana na form 4 West. The form 4 West is the most unruly class in the school. We definitely come after you and the principal.
I
don't know what the hell is wrong with this guy. Because you see, we are at the eve. We're living in the days that are leading to the anniversary of the last year's protest. Yeah? And you'd say, I mean, as a government that is reasoning, you know, with the 106 something advices they have, that, you know, during this month at least chinyamaji. Tell me why these guys are killing
You know, to make
They're
things.
killing a teacher because he voiced his concerns on social media. A paper picked it up, amplified it, and now they want to abduct him so they can go and find out where he got this information because it's bugging them.
Yeah,
The problem is that they are killing people.
exactly.
Before even come to killing, arresting someone because they're posting something online that is
It's-
true.
First of all, even if you were to even put the thing, let's even play devil's advocate. Even if you were to say, like, on that clause of like data misuse or like social media misuse, we can give them a loophole. But bro msee alikuwa Homa Bay. Alilandaje Nairobi?
150 kilometers
First of all,
out of their jurisdiction.
yeah, and one thing for sure, a misdemeanor does not warrant for somebody, first of all, kutakiwa all the way hivyo kuleta huko. How many police stations did they pass from Homa Bay to Nairobi?
You know, another thing is the thing they should do is this. It should happen. It's how the law says. You summon someone.
Exactly.
Tell me, you we have a problem with you. Would you come in and let's see how we deal with this thing. These guys feel like the best way to do this is to abduct and kill. And again, to make things worse, on the eve, the days that are evening. I don't know if that's the word.
That's it.
Evening that 25th June protest. And now let me tell you, it's building public anger. Sometimes I feel like these guys are doing this on purpose. There has to be something in the backdrop of this that's happening. Because you can't be so dumb. Unless they're that dumb. You can't be so dumb to be doing things that are provoking the public right now, while you know very well, and I believe NIS is working on this.
You know the thing is,
you know very well we're going to 25th June anniversary protest, and it's gonna be bad. But you're busy killing people and not taking accountability for it. I don't know if you're getting me.
First of all, me the one thing is killing somebody over a misdemeanor. Over some bro, ujenge kwa mwizi amekuwa kibaisili valid ni sawa na amekuwa ameua watu. We're not saying it's okay but ni sawa. Lakini honestly somebody who all they've done is take the freedom of expression, just type. And you know the thing is, people are stupid. If you ignore something, nobody is going to pay attention to it.
Feel like that one for that school called from Malala. Butere girls. You know, if they never went to disturb those girls,
nobody would
have never known that thing exists.
Hata labda ingefika social media ingekaa siku mbili imetoka.
Ni bo unaanza kupigana na wasichana
form 2
form 2 form 4 wako shule wana prepare for exam. Wewe unapigana na form 2 na form 3. Imagine.
And yet he says he's a father. Yet he says he's a father. And every speech, even when I was reading the Albert John thing that he released, the first statement he said, you guys can go check. The first statement he said, I'm writing this not only as a president, but as a father. What father would do this to their children? You tell me. Hata deadbeat mgani analewa hadi analala kwa mtaro. But what deadbeat to do that to their child?
Yeah, deadbeat doesn't do that.
Exactly. So it really speaks a lot to one, the credibility, and two, the leadership quality that Ruto has. And I swear to God, if this is the same leadership that people want to carry forward after 2027, then Kenyans have to think.
I don't think I can leave past 2027 with this guys. The design naamka asubuhi sana. The second Tuesday of August 2027.
Tunaamka na hasira.
Bro, mimi naamka. All those talking stages I have. Hey man, Buddha.
Check it.
Go vote. Go vote. I see Ruto. Anything but Ruto. But again, that's the worst part about this thing. We know we don't want Ruto.
But who do we want is the question. Okay, I have a candidate I want.
You.
But let me tell you.
That guy is part of this problem.
No. One thing I can, and one thing even can take to the bank. The one thing Rigiji did well as his time in DP was he was very vocal. Bro, after Mandamano, listen.
Doing what?
After 25th, the guy was in Coast. He called for his own the deputy, he called for his own press conference. Na akaketi chini na akaambia watu, we do not agree with this, and we will sit down with the president and the cabinet for us to see what we can do on this finance bill. He said that, and that is what escalated everything that led to his impeachment. Bigiji has been very vocal, both in and out. Has he, in his time in DP, has he done a lot? Not really. He could have done better. That I can agree. But I feel like at the same time,
guy who's talking about, I don't know, shares. Same guy's talking about tribal politics. Same guy who's pushing Mlima Kenya propaganda. For him, I see a tribalist. I know in politics, for us to be smart enough as smarter than these guys, we need to understand the aspect of compromise, the concept of compromising. And Rigiji is an enemy of our enemy. So in the arts, as when you talk about compromising, we could compromise towards his side. Of course, not to make him president, because I don't think he's different. I would never want to make him. I know enough rumor, but
no,
bro,
listen.
he can't be a better president.
And this is where I come in between. First of all, with this thing of shares. Kwa karatasi, evidence kwa karatasi. If we go check the Kenya Kwanza coalition, let's go see. Utaona Wetangula amekewa zake 30, Mudavadi amekewa zake. No. That is share of cabinet and positions. Same thing that Rigiji is fighting. I'm sorry to say this, but it's not my fault.
Isn't that tribal?
No. That's tribal from. Listen, you cannot only call Rigiji a tribalist. What Rigiji is doing is fighting for his people.
So what are you doing? So you are siding with the tribalists?
No. What the
You
thing is,
said
no.
you can't
What you're
call
doing,
him only a
what,
tribalist.
listen,
Means
what you're doing is you're trying to change. You're creating fallacies here.
Tana vitu ya class level.
Because one thing I can tell you, the thing is, what Rigiji is doing is not being tribalistic. What he's trying to do is he is trying to fight for his people. Because at the end of the day, whether you agree or not,
Manzo was a
Mlima
deputy
Kenya
president.
is the reason why Ruto entered government. True or false? And when is true or false?
Those guys didn't
Who
even
are the bro?
to vote.
We are the biggest
50% turnout. We can lay data here.
Yes, but we gave him 6 million votes, not 6 million, 5.2 million votes. Out of what he got 6.8. No, he got 7.2. One block gave him 5.2. Look at that. That's one. Two, and I'm sorry to say this, but it's not my fault that other community leaders or other leaders from other regions are not as enthusiastic or as passionate for fighting for the people as Rigiji is.
See, the thing
Rigiji is the only one.
listen.
Is the only person who
you're forgetting something. When you're talking about all of these Kula balloons, Rigiji was the deputy president, not of Mlima Kenya, but of the Republic of Kenya.
Valid.
So why are you, as the national deputy president, talking about matters of one singular region where you hail from? Which means the matters that are pertinent to other communities are not of utmost concern to you.
No. But
that is what we got from
him. Listen. But the thing is, if your people, let me ask you as an example. If your friends came and backed you and they put you in a position, wouldn't you want to, as a kickback, as a favor, to say thank you for them providing you with a leadership opportunity? Wouldn't you make sure that the promises you made during campaign have been fulfilled? So false?
The promises to the people, yes.
Yes, he made promises to the people. Him following up on the promises because this stupid president decided not to reward. He's not even reward. Mount Kenya is still part of Kenya, but it's not our.
No. See, when we were releasing the KRA employment list, I don't know if it was still, the hires in KRA. 2 tribes account for 60%. I don't know, it's 40 or 60%. Facts are escaping me. But 2 tribes, those 2 tribes are Kalenjins and Kikuyus. I don't know if you're listening to me, bro. When you look at parastatals, a majority of the board of directors and board members, Wakale na Wakikuyu. Bro, Wakale na Wakikuyu.
Then we can put money. We can place
Bro,
money.
It is Kales and Kikuyus.
It's Kikuyus right now. Kikuyus have been exiled.
Those
let me tell you,
what are you talking about?
After Rigiji has left government, Kikuyus have been exiled. Right now, listen, take to the bank, go back 6 months back. Tell me any appointment that has been there, I know that you'll say Kikuyu. Leave alone even a Kikuyu. Let me stop defending my tribe. Look at any other tribe that has been given an appointment apart from Kalenjins.
IBC chair, which is
contrary
that guy
to
was
the county attorney general for Turkana.
That guy,
no, listen. That guy, he is still part of the same fucking problem. That guy, listen,
problem.
I'll even call it nepotism because that guy, who is the deputy chief of staff, the former Turkana governor, did literally fixing. Hata vizuri to switch.
We know they're going to fix the election. Either way, the guy is gonna go. Even if Charlene Ruto is a commissioner, the chair of the IBC, he will go home.
Valid. But the one thing we can agree is Ruto must go.
Now we agree.
That one?
What we need to agree now as a movement is who is replacing him, because we can't put another Ruto. We can't put a proxy of his. We can't put a weak president, because we need someone who's strong enough to deal with corruption. Personally, I'd side with Maraga. A man with principles. Bro, can you say he doesn't have principles? Just say that.
The one thing I can fault Maraga is this. Maraga is good, has principles, very good a lawyer, and understands the law very well. That's one thing I can give it to him. But one thing he did, I feel like he should have been a more vocal Chief Justice. We can agree he's become more vocal outside of him being a Chief Justice than he was as a Chief Justice.
The matters of judiciary are matters that are normally less noisy as compared to
Bro,
other
trust me, judiciary kuna kelele. The thing is, it's called
they have their own laundry to clean, but they're not as noisy as others are. I can't say during his time it was clean and everything, but I can say that during his time he did what he could.
No, he could have done better.
You remember?
No, the thing is, one thing, even
Justice Chitembwe, there was a guy who came. He was trying to gun. Sonko had exposed him for corruption, and he was indicted. He was taken. I don't know if it's indictment or what. He was taken to the Judicial Service Commission. Yes, and there was an entire hearing, and I think he was disbarred. I don't really recall following up on that as much. I think I'll go and look on that. But what I can say is there was some semblance of decency during his time as compared to Kohome's time. The reason I am backing him is because he's a man who stands by his principles and values. In the pool we have, he's the only one who has values, who has a spine, who stands for what he believes in. No one else. Matiang'i is an SDA, but he doesn't go to SDA church. Matiang'i is a staunch SDA, but he doesn't go to church. That's from there.
But one thing,
when you talk about Rigiji is a tribalist. No,
listen,
bro.
But one thing you're clearly
showing. You talk about Ruto.
No. Listen.
Man,
I agree with you.
Killer.
I agree with you
on.
Can you say the Ruto?
Sikujie boss.
But one thing I can tell you, and one thing you've shown as we end, you've also shown tribalism. Because yes, look, Maraga and Matiang'i, what tribe are they from? Jibu. No, exactly.
Bro,
you are?
that is not tribalism, bro. That is not tribalism. No. If I pick, listen. Bro, understand. If I pick Maraga and Matiang'i because I'm a Kisi, that is tribalism.
But this is what you're literally showing.
But have I listed why I'm... No, bro.
So Kalonzo Musyoka is not good because he's Kisi.
Bro, listen to me. Listen. No. You're reducing the thing, man. Let me take it through. As I pointed out clearly, Maraga, I'm picking because of his values, because of what it stands for. I'm not picking Matiang'i because of what I listed. He's part of the problem as well. He's a proxy of Uhuru Kenyatta. He's a proxy of the deep state that was there controlling the system. We don't want him back here. Of course, the strong man, he can clean up corruption, but his ties are nasty. That's why I pick Maraga. I can't pick Rigiji because of his own other problems. He's a tribalist. If I made tribe the basis of selection, bro, then I'm a tribalist. You're a Kikuyu. My friend here is, I don't know Somalia, I don't know where he is. But I don't give a damn. I don't even know what his tribe is. If you never told me your name, I would have never known your tribe. Half of my friends, actually all of them, I don't even care what tribe they are. You're not a tribalist. I don't give a damn about tribe. Heck, even if a Chinese rules Kenya,
fuck
fine, bro.
Nigga, fuck so long that as shit.
No, a Kenyan of Chinese
fuck
descent.
That shit.
If a Kenyan of Chinese descent, American descent rules Kenya, I have no problem. So long as you do the job.
So let's do this. You are a Maraga fan. I am a Rigiji fan. What are you a fan of? Stay tuned for more.